Everybody.
Hello, how are you? How
good
are
evening,
you?
welcome.
Well?
Hello, good evening, welcome.
You.
Cheers.
Hello,
good evening, welcome. What's this nonsense? Good
I just thought I'd do
evening.
it differently. Hello, it's nice to see you.
Good evening, everybody.
No, I genuinely mean it. I hope you're well.
I hope you are. Are you going to do this for an hour?
No.
All right.
That's
there you go,
fine.
my darling.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Shed Show. Stand
Oh.
up from the shed. What's the matter? Don't start with your boob. Go
Right,
on.
well, he's just told me off for messing with his balls.
Hey, yeah, she was messing with my little. I've got some fake privet balls out there.
Fake topiary balls.
Fake
that
topiary
I bought
balls
you
that she bought
from
me.
Poundland.
I don't.
No,
This is too much information for everyone, isn't
No,
it?
Poundland. It was
Poundland. She was fiddling with my balls.
Faded them, so I was switching his balls around.
She was switching. She was.
To the green bits.
She was doing some rotation on the balls.
Yeah,
everyone.
I was rotating the balls.
Good.
And then.
This is dull. Carry on.
And then I had to go at him because you've walked out yet again.
Yes.
On the grass in just your socks.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
Do you know what? It's a rigmarole. Shoes on, shoes off, shoes on. I'd rather just be free. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? Listen, there's a lot of problems in the world at the moment. A man walking free on grass in his socks
but
is
there
not
are
an issue.
little globules of mud on the lawn. They would have been
Globule.
They would have been collected on the sock.
Yeah.
Thus rendering the floor muddy when you go back in.
I know, but it's the convenience of it. What I need.
That stressed me.
I need slippers at every single point in my life. I need some here, some there.
No, you need outdoor flip-flops like I'm wearing.
I need shoe covers like a CSI crime scene that I can just slip on and slip off. I'm a busy man. I've got shit to do.
Crack on.
Crack on. Gemma, by the way, go on, carry on, play a bed. Gemma went to B&M Bargains today, and she said,
"No, Home Bargains.
Home Bargains. I enjoyed it." She's a lunatic. I really missed it. I missed it. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that interlude. That's the sort of banter that they've come to enjoy in this show. That off-the-chain excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stand Up From The Shed. I'm Scott. I'm Gemma. I'm Scott. I'm Gemma. I'm Scott. That's Gemma. That's the laugh. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Stand Up From The Shed. If you've not seen us, where have you been? Busy.
I can't talk and play.
No, go on then.
You're waiting for
Let's do it. Let's get into the song. Let's get into the song.
Sorry.
8:15 on a Thursday night, and I grab my drink and I feel alright. Ain't got nowhere else to go, so I'm going to the Shed Show. Shed Show. Shed Show. Oh yes. Shed Show. Let's go. Let's go, my darling. Hockfumf. David Hockfumf. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stand Up From The Shed. I'm Scott. That's Gemma. We've done all that. What we're going to do is Gemma's going to be on the feed with your shout-outs, your hellos, and we will do that as the show progresses. Show number.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just
busy.
Loading up.
23, Gemma. Show 23. I'm going to have to open that door a little bit because the insulation in here makes it so stifling.
You got cocky and you thought we were going to be cool tonight.
I thought we were going to be cool tonight. I put jeans on.
Wrong.
I put jeans on like a lunatic.
How wrong.
I put jeans on like a lunatic.
How wrong.
Oh, but there we go. Anyway, we have got a fantastic show for you. Is everyone here? They're all here. Brilliant. Welcome to the show. Do you know what, Gemma?
Everyone who matters.
Do you know what, Gemma? I just realised, I don't know if you've noticed, this thing above my head here, I noticed this the other night. This is the cover for the light. Yeah, and basically, have you seen the amount of flies in there, Gemma? It is literally like a battle of the Somme for insects in there. And last night, I was working in here one time, working in here quite late, Gemma, and I felt something on my face like that, and I went to scratch my eyebrow. Do you know what happened? Moth fell off into my brew. Just a full moth just went whoop. At night, when I've got the door open, they just come in. I'm just drawn to me.
You sat here with the ruddy Heathrow runway in your pissing shed. No wonder they're
It's
coming.
like Silence of the Lambs in my hairline. Do you know what I mean?
Have you heard like a moth to a flame?
What?
Flame.
I know, but they're coming. I like the company. The company. What can I say? But welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome.
What's been happening? I'll tell you what's been happening.
Bienvenue, willkommen.
Very good. Stop showing
off. Sorry.
Good evening. Listen, what's been happening? Gemma?
I threw you off there.
You threw me off. What's been happening? I've done some gigs. I did a gig last week, darling, that turned out to be a hen party in Bolton.
Woo!
Now, listen, that on paper sounds like a nightmare. However, what you've got to understand is, in the current situation, I'm not fussy about gigs. Do you know what I mean? I have done gigs in car parks. I've done gardens, farms. I've done some gravel in front of a Portaloo. I used to have principles, but COVID has taken care of that. I was saying to my mate, Dan Nightingale, today, right? Both of us have said now we would do a fundraiser for Kim Jong-un. If someone rang up and said, do you want to do a fundraiser on an aircraft carrier for Kim Jong-un to buy some new missiles, I would say, what's the fee?
Yeah,
I will be there. I have got no principles at the moment, and I was so confused when I got to this hen do thing. I thought it had been a mix-up, and I thought they might have wanted a stripper.
Oh,
I thought they might want, which wouldn't have been an issue because I'm so desperate. No, Gemma, if they wanted me to flash a little bit of bollock for some extra money and let me have a go at the buffet, we're quits. Chuck in some petrol money, I'm there. I am there. Do you know what I mean? I'll get an arse cheek out. For a.
Pull your kecks down, pair of topiary balls.
Yeah. If you get me a Peroni, you'll get both arse cheeks. Seriously. They'd already had a stripper anyway. He'd been on. They'd had a stripper on already, right? And I'm glad I had my own.
How did that go?
Well, I wasn't there for it, but I'm glad I had my own mic because his was covered in shaving foam.
Oh.
But the thing is, how do you do stripping socially distanced? Because that's an interesting one. You're wobbling right, because I don't know how you do it. Because I did think, right, you can't do that. But you know when you bride, like you've seen it when they put oil on and stuff, and then they get the old tallywhacker and they slap them on the forehead.
Yeah, I've only seen the stripper once.
The connection, that.
And it did connect with
right
the
on her fringe,
forehead,
like that, people.
And it was slapped across her forehead, her fringe. Then, like.
It was like a wet mark.
It was awful.
But you can't do that. Now they have to just do it at distance. They have to feel the breeze. Instead, they have to feel the breeze, right? But you know what, right? It was something called a party house, which I've never heard of. A party house. Where
was Noel there?
No, Noel wasn't there. That'd be funny if Noel was there. What's your dad doing?
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobbyton. I was Mr. Blobby, mate. That's where I was. And there's something I never. It's got a mansion. Like it was like swimming pools, jacuzzis, a big kitchen.
I've heard of these before.
Yeah, it was like doing a gig on the set of Hollyoaks Lake. It was like, I felt like middle class squatting.
Yes.
It was that sort of level. You can imagine the owners coming back and going, it's a disgrace, Gerald. There's hummus up the walls.
Oh, God. They were quite well behaved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very well behaved. My Monet's on an obtuse angle. And you know what I found in the fridge? You'll never guess. Some value baked beans. It's not acceptable. But there was 27 ladies, all lovely, well behaved, and there was me, right? And I felt like I'd come down in the lift on Take Me Out. I genuinely, I thought, honestly, you know, and the I thought like this.
Lights out.
And our friend, we know our cousin met on Take Me Out.
Oh, yes, my cousin met her husband, yeah.
On Take Me Out.
Take Me Out. It's one of the success
stories. Success stories.
If you just Google it, Dawn Nash, Dan Nash.
Now, I love that programme. It's an interesting concept. So all those women picking one man, entertaining, innit? Do it the other way round, predatory. Weird that, innit?
Wow.
And they've thought about, do you know why they won't flip it round?
Why?
All men, because men have absolutely no standards. So they just leave, they're just happy. They just leave the lights on all night. Just like, it'd be a load of blokes, and they'd just be like, they'd just be like, yeah, I'll have it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Fine.
It's breathing, I'll take it.
Nobody's turning the lights
no
off.
One's done, no. But she murdered her last husband. I'll take my chances. Like, I'll just pretend to put the bin out. I just want someone to come near me. Do you know what I mean, Paddy? Are you free? Are you single, Paddy? Do you know, it'd be a desperate situation, wouldn't it? But what was amazing...
It's not that programme, that. It's such a good
It's on
programme.
break, isn't it, I think? But here's the thing, right? I was as surprised at that gig That's never a good situation.
What?
If
They didn't know you
didn't
were
know I was
coming?
doing it. That is always, and you always say to them, I don't know if that's a good idea, but you know what? It's their decision.
Yeah.
And I'm upstairs on like a balcony bit.
Right.
I'd set up a microphone downstairs and I could hear them going, oh, it's karaoke.
Oh,
It's karaoke.
God.
And I'm thinking, I'm going to destroy all their dreams.
It's like Engelbert Humperdinck.
All over again, right? Because, being a surprise at that
I
situation.
thought you said penis surprise.
Penis Surprise. He was on before me. That was his stage name. Penis Surprise. Put it between two baps. That's a great name for a stripper. Penis Surprise. What it was, Gemma. Right? When you're a surprise at them situations, it's like being the hors d'oeuvres at a cocktail party.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one orders them. No one expects them. But they're free.
Yeah.
They're there now.
Yeah.
And you might as well have
enjoy
them.
it. You might
And
as well have it.
I was the hors d'oeuvres for that night, man. But the thing is, like the introduction, everyone needed a laugh, and her mum who organised it was lovely.
Yeah.
Sharon, if you're out there, love you, God bless you. And she said to me on the phone, it was amazing. She went, listen, my daughter's year destroyed. She's been destroyed. She's lost
because of the wedding.
her end night, that's gone down the shitter. Her wedding, that's gone.
Oh.
She's her job's at risk. And then she said, this was the sentence that really made me laugh. She said, but tonight, you can make it right. Me?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want that level of responsibility.
Then. No pressure.
But it went great. It was a fantastic night. Everyone had great, and I never had to show me bollock.
Oh.
I had to keep that under wraps.
Everyone's a winner.
Absolutely.
Everyone's a winner.
a winner. The other things I'm doing, I've got some outdoor gigs this weekend in beer gardens.
Please be kind.
Please be
weather.
kind. But I've said to you, I don't talk about certain things because when you're outside, you're in a residential area,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think it carries. And you don't want filth, like if someone's having a family barbecue.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then that all of them around like that. Nana's got a bit of coleslaw.
What, you just sat in the street?
No, you're in a pub, but it's next door to houses.
Oh, right,
so if
okay.
you're on stage, just going, give us a cheer if you like fisting, and then like Nana's like trying to eat a sausage
It's
sandwich.
a shame you had to drop that bit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I've got loads on that. I've got loads on glory holes, which you don't know. Oh, no.
I know what a glory
You do
hole
know
is.
that.
I know.
And I'm still doing Zoom. Well, you do now. We're doing.
Yeah, I thought that could be a good section.
What?
The innocence of Gemma.
That's a new feature. Write it down, everyone, because
Right,
we'll
quick.
forget.
Hang on.
Write it on your little pad. Have you got your pen? Here you go. This is live brainstorming. Teach Gemma about life.
No, that's not got a ring.
What? The innocence of Gemma. Naivety live.
Yeah, naivety live.
Naivety live.
Yeah.
Let's give Gemma some life experience.
Right.
Wet behind the ears, that girl is.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. Anyway, write that down. Like, listen. I've done a lot of online Zoom. I did a Zoom gig last night, and I still find it tricky. And I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Nothing dents your ego more than trying to do jokes and someone making a spag ball in the background. I don't think you can never that. And someone switched on the news last night.
Oh.
I was doing a bit. Someone just switched on BBC News 24. I'm like, fantastic, mate, nice one. The interesting thing is, what it got me thinking about, because we've talked about Zoom.
Yes.
Everything's gone on to Zoom.
Yeah.
Now think about it. Someone has been in court having a trial on Zoom.
No, they can't do that.
They have been doing trials on Zoom.
Can they really do
They
that?
can do that, and I just imagine that if you had a ropey broadband.
But who's on Zoom?
The defendants, the jury. And imagine that if you had to do a court on Zoom, they must have to do those.
right.
And you had for the purpose of the joke,
Yeah.
let's just imagine they do.
Yeah, yes, they do. Sorry.
Look at Gemma's coming up with proper questions
Are
here.
you sure about that?
Prove it. Google it now. But imagine that if you had ropey broadband like
Yeah.
us, and the
bloody
jury
hell.
just froze at the wrong point. So they went, "We find the defendant guilty."
Please do not adjust your sets.
Imagine it
Let's
refreshed.
see if we can trick them with freeze.
Guilty. Imagine that.
Oh, no,
No,
you
you
do
can't.
it.
I don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
But then you see it'd flash onto the screen. You know, when you're using Zoom, it'd be like, your conviction is unstable. Imagine if someone got hold of the password and Zoom bombed them. Do you know, like people have been doing it? Like, have we reached a verdict upon which we all agree? Yes, the man in the bottom left with his arse out has got nothing to do with this trial.
Oh, God.
You would never. Do you know? I googled this. People have been. This is a true story. Someone made their entire team redundant via Zoom.
Oh, that's lame.
That is unreal. That's like being dumped via text message.
Say, that's about akin to that.
What have
isn't
they
it?
been? They've not been dumped. What have they been? They've been zoomed. They've been
Zumped.
zumped. They've been zumped. She's on fire tonight. But what they did, so he made them redundant, and then there was just a gallery view of people crying. It must have looked like a charity appeal.
Oh.
And do you know what they did?
Go on.
They muted everyone.
Oh my God.
I can't hear your tears, Joanne. It's making me feel guilty, love.
That's awful.
Imagine that in the background. Like, what's that
Yeah.
going on in your house? I'm just having an extension built. Tell him to stop.
Oh
Tell him
my
to stop.
God.
But yeah, they fired people via Zoom, man.
That's terrible.
What do you think is the worst way to get dumped, by the way?
Well, Zoom's pretty high.
Zoom's
up
pretty
there.
bad,
Bloody
isn't it?
hell.
I would say in a plastic bag at the side of a lay-by.
And who's in the plastic
I'm
bag?
joking. It was a joke.
Oh.
23 weeks and you don't realise what I'm doing here. What do you think this is? It's not a TED Talk.
Can I just tell you a thought I just had?
What, was it to do with the 80s? Was that your nipple that set that off?
No,
All
it was
right.
my hand.
I thought I just had.
How low do you think I'm
I
swinging
thought I
here,
just
people?
had. Do,
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I was just thinking then, this is so uninteresting, but I was thinking of words that you could put Zoom with, so like zumped instead of dumped.
Yeah.
If you were going to fire somebody, you've been zired.
Zired.
But if you've been hired, it's the same.
Yeah, you can't have
Zired
that.
or zired.
No, you can't have
Hired
that.
or fired. You wouldn't
Yeah.
know the difference.
I think this stuff's better workshopped with us.
I think I should have discussed this before the
Yes,
show.
you're having a belter tonight.
No, it's just that if it comes to me, I've got to share.
You've got to share it. I've
Okay,
got.
I'm going down.
No,
Bye.
don't go down.
All right, okay.
You can. I want you to go down in a
I
minute.
feel like I'm, perhaps spoiling things tonight.
No,
by-
you're not. You're not.
Oh.
Ooh, I nearly watched you water over them. That would have spoilt it. Here we go. Right. The other thing is, Zoom has been used for the BAFTAs. They had the BAFTAs on Zoom. Now, Richard Ayoade was on his own.
Yeah.
It looked a bit quiet in there, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
But
No audience.
no
or-
audience, and the speeches were a bit different because they said, like, I would
Yeah.
like to thank my agent.
They were zooming in.
My God, I like to thank my agent, God, and my broadband deal.
Yes,
You know what I mean? That's-
exactly, yeah. Fibre.
But they had no red carpet, so like the celebrities were just stood on like a burgundy bath mat with a couple of cans. Do you know what I mean? They're making do.
Yeah.
And the awards were a complete shock for the winners, Jen. Complete. They had no idea apart from the email they got a month before telling him.
Oh, yeah.
Telling him to dial into a Zoom call, presumably. But it's great news. I want you to do this before you go down. Strictly won.
Oh, I love
Which
Strictly.
you love Strictly. Now, the interesting thing is, how are they going to pull off the next series? Because how can you do a tango socially distanced? You can't do a
I
dance.
wish you hadn't brought this up.
Well, you can't do a paso doble holding a couple of snooker cues.
You can't, no!
And do you know what? I've read into it.
Go on.
This is interesting. They're going to get all the people that are going to dance together,
Yeah.
and they're going to make them live together to become a social
like a
bubble.
bubble.
Now, obviously, Strictly in the past, there's been a few issues, let's say, with dancers.
I
if you
know which tree you're barking up
if you
here.
can't stop them shagging in training, you're not going to stop them.
Don't pop them in a bubble, love.
Don't pop them in a bubble together. That's just asking for trouble, isn't it? You're going to live together.
Trouble.
What about just wave your wife and kids off and go in with this
Bubble-
beautiful
bubble
Russian dancer?
trouble.
Bubble trouble,
Did
mate.
you hear it?
You're doing
Bubble-
well tonight with the
bubble
puns.
trouble.
You're Radio 4 ready, my darling. She's Radio 4 ready, everybody. But yeah, I mean, this is the interesting thing is, right, they said to comply, like, so they're going to, I mean, I'm just worried about that whole situation.
I am. I
we're-
don't think it's going to
I
work.
think we're going to add that.
You can't put...
Yeah.
No, don't
No, you
bubble
can't.
up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
can I just say, I wish you hadn't brought up Strictly because I already feel a lot of dread about the fact that my September isn't going to run as
I know
normal.
it isn't, darling, but
I always look forward to my September with Strictly. and it's
on the
just-
run up to Christmas.
Oh, it's not going to be
The
the same.
one of the big winners at the BAFTAs
Go on.
was the programme Chernobyl, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
We didn't watch that, but it's a brilliant and gripping drama.
They said it was
It's
good.
a brilliant and gripping drama, Gemma, about a terrifying event which called panic across the globe, right?
Yeah.
Which sounds a bit far-fetched to me. I couldn't even say it. I was so traumatised. Anyway, Gemma, you can go down, my darling.
I did. See you
Seen a
shortly.
bit. You monitor the feed.
Tatty bye. I'll
Don't
take the
forget your
clipboard.
water down there.
Oh, yeah. Where is my water?
It's
jug?
down there in the corner, sweetie. It's there, ready for
Oh,
you
yeah,
to
okay.
ready for you to knock over.
Thanks a lot.
I'll
Bye.
get you in a bit when we can need to do the feature.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Gemma,
Yeah.
we're going to go on holiday, aren't we, darling? We're going on a little.
Scott, you can't call 2 days a holiday.
It's 2 days. I mean, I say holiday. That's the only time I get off, man. I've
Yeah.
only 2 days off this year, right?
Yeah.
We're going now. This is the interesting thing. There's
Yeah.
a lot of litter at beauty spots and on
Yeah.
beaches. Now it seems to be happening more and more. I think we've gone a bit feral, Gemma.
Yeah.
We used to be.
I don't like the litter dropping.
No, we
That's
went into lockdown respectable people. We've come out of it like urban foxes. We really have, right? There was footage of news. We've seen it, Jen.
Yeah.
The beauty spots covered in rubbish and stuff. And that's a laugh that's not related to me, isn't it? I can sense that. She always does that. She has a bigger laugh.
I'm sorry, it's just I'm reading everybody's responses to words that start with Z for Zoom.
And what are we'll update it. Write them down and let's come back to them. Unbelievable. You've got to. Gemma, you've got to time this with the bit I'm doing. I'm on the flow here, love. Right. Good God. Beaches covered in litter and beauty spots, Gemma. Now listen, Gemma. I can't have you laughing and heckling me. Experts have said that the increase in littering has come about because we are disconnected as a species and we've forgotten our sense of community. They think it's humans, Gem, rebelling against the restrictions they have endured in lockdown.
Do you know what, they might have a point. No!
But no, it's never that. Fair enough, right? I've had a bad haircut, I've put a bit of weight on, I'm drinking a lot and I'm a bit depressed. But at no point have I felt like throwing a 3-litre bottle of White Lightning in a crab's face. I've never felt that. I'm just going to get on with it. But I know what you mean, Jem. I think people down in Devon were angry. They're about a week away from flipping out, those people. Do you know that? You will see them, Jem, on the edge of the cliffs, just screaming and throwing hardened, stale scones down at people. That's what you're going to get, like boulders. It'll be like, do you know, cream teas. Get that cream tea. Just clotted cream, just smacking people on the head. The other thing, Gemma, have we got any more Zoom? Do you want to give me an update on those?
Oh, yeah. Colin Granby said you've been zacked.
Zacked? That's quite good, yes. Very good.
Rachel Mary says she wants a divorce.
A divorce. I want. Rachel Mary was like a divorce.
Yeah, and Oliver Boswell came up with a good one. Educating Gemma instead of, like educating Rita. That's a good one.
Rita. Here we go, Gemma. Right, here's the next topic. A-level results. Now, what a fiasco that was, right?
Wow, Ruddy.
Is there anything, right? And I don't want to get political on this show, but I do want to say, is there anything they haven't ballsed up yet? Let's just look at it, because this is what they're going to do, Gemma. They're going to go track and trace. That was a disaster, right? A-level results. That was a disaster. Closing the borders to get to people to come in on flights from the the infected countries. That was a disaster. And do you know what they'll do? They'll go, but you got your cheap pizza. Cheap pizza. You're like, but you got it all wrong. This lockdown's been a disaster. I'm telling you, cheap pizza. Do you like your pizza? Monday to Wednesday pizza? That's all they've got. Here's the interesting thing, right? Because of the virus, Gemma, the kids have been given predicted grades by their teachers. Now, some kids from certain schools have had their grades marked down because of a system that judged them on the reputation of the school and not the individual ability, right? Yes, it's dangerous, isn't it? Because what they've done, Gemma, is they've used an algorithm. Now, what an algorithm?
Do you know what? I hate these bloody algorithms.
I do. Do you know what? The algorithm, man, if it weren't for an algorithm, people won't be watching this, so God bless them. Gemma, do you know what? I love the algorithm. It sounds like that American politician, Al Gore, has got a blues band. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the algorithms. This song's called Global Warming. That's a joke that was really good in 2001. It was meant to be fair, Gemma, this system. But the reality was, what happened, Gem? The kids at private schools were given higher predicted grades, while the kids who worked really hard but went to state... This isn't a point to laugh. But went to state schools... She's terrible. We're penalised, right? Now, it's an unfair advantage due to class, Gemma. My God, can you imagine such a thing working in the real world? Imagine that, right? But thankfully, darling, after only days of protests, a nationwide backlash, and millions of teenagers' dreams just shattered in the gutter, the government has seen sense, darling, and they've done a U-turn, which they've since upgraded to an A-turn. Now... Thank you. Gavin Williamson, the education minister, Jem, he apologised for the fiasco. And I think it's always weird when you see a politician try and show empathy, innit? Do you know, but no one believes them. It's like, I'll tell you what it's like, darling. It's like a convicted serial killer on death row telling you that he's found God. What it is, it seems very positive, but he still ain't getting an invite to your barbecue, is it? You still won't trust him, right? I think it's easier to excel in a private school, right? And I'll tell you why, Jem. It's 25 grand a term, innit? Those parents, right, they're like educational hitmen. They want results, right?
Yes.
It's not a child. It's not a child. It's an investment, innit? What it is, it's a really good family saloon that they've bought there. And they want it to have decent mileage. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, right? In a state, do you know what I think it is? I went to a state school, you went to a state school. Sometimes you have to fight for your education there. Because you get bullied for doing well. There's a stigma. Like they're going, look at him, Jem. Look at him over there with his determination to succeed. What a prick. Look at him. Look at him. He's done his homework. What are you trying to do, mate? You're trying to better yourself, you bell end. Look, he's got a library card. What are you going to do with that, mate? Broaden your cultural horizons, you knobhead. You see, that's the sort of thing that happens, right? And I'm a socialist, right, Gemma?
Right.
I believe that everyone should have access to education. You know, we should all succeed if hard work is all that it takes, and we should be a level playing field. But I'm also a massive hypocrite because if I was a millionaire, right now my kids would be in a private school with a nanny. Because there's pride and there's principles, but then there's a reality. Those children of ours, Gemma, are going to have to put us in a home one day, right? Now, do I want to be sat in a bay window trying to watch the chase whilst being shouted at a 21-year-old kid called Darren who's on minimum wage? Do I want that? Or, Gemma, or do I want to live in my own bungalow in the grounds of my daughter's mansion, waiting for the Swedish nurse to come and give me my third bed bath of the day? Well, it's a no-brainer, is it? Bring in the flannel, Anastasia. Your daddy's ready. Do you know what I mean? That is genuinely the reason, right? It's completely for my decision to do that, my selfish reasons. But Boris has said, right, before we go to question of the week, Jem, Boris has said it's his moral duty. He said it's a moral duty now to get kids back to school. Moral duty. Moral duty. This has come from a man who hid in a fridge and has more illegitimate children than the old lady who lived in a shoe. You can't lecture me on morality, mate. It's like Michael Gove trying to teach me about charisma. I don't buy it, you know? But you'll get no argument for us, will they? Kids going back to school. You'll get no argument from me, mate. I want them out. Yeah. I don't care if they're all...
Kids want to be out.
I don't care if there's 70 to a classroom pressed against a window, all chewing the same pencil with fingers up each other's arseholes. I want them out. I don't give a shit. I want them out. Do you know what I mean? And they said what they're going to do, Gemma, is they're going to do weekly COVID tests for teachers and pupils. Great, because that's what kids need in school, isn't it, love? More testing. Do you know what's amazing about that, though, love?
No, but it might be the only test that some of these kids pass.
Well, I tell you, the interesting thing is, what we'll do is, what we'll do there is like they'll give them the tests, right? Yeah. They'll give them the tests, and then they'll upgrade it from a negative to a positive. That's what they'll do. Here's the interesting thing, right? I want to say as well, like, experts are worried that classrooms, they won't be safe.
No.
Right? No. And this is the first year I think teachers are feeling positive. It'll be the first year where Ofsted are more scared of them. It will be. The thing is, you can't, because of the cuts they've made over the years, right? Yeah. You can't make a school COVID secure when the budget only stretches to a one face mask and a packet of wet wipes. It just doesn't. It's just not going to happen, is it? Right? Boris is quite rightly worried about the gulf between the standard of education between poor and rich families, right? He's quite, and he should be. He's received the best education that money can buy, right?
Where did he go then?
Well, Eton. He's been to all the universities, and he's still an idiot. So there is, no wonder he's concerned. Gemma. Yeah. Is everything all right? Are we working okay?
Everything's lovely.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
I got a bit discombobulated. I got a bit warm in that section. We have reached question of the week, my darling. We're straight in now.
Question of the week.
Yeah, gig tart. Someone's called me a gig tart. I am a gig tart. I love a gig tart. For the right money, I'll be a gig tart. Oh, what the hell?
Just tuning in. There we are, everyone.
Okay.
Work, 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 work. Question of the week.
Oh, an election. Gemmas, that was.
Well, I thought
showboating.
23 weeks in, let's add a few twiddly bits.
Right, so after that, there's no more politics, by the way. We're now into the silly questions.
God.
It was good, that bit.
Oh.
I don't know what I did there. We're into pet peeves, Gemma. Things related to pets, pet disasters, pet ownership stories, and we've had some absolute bangers.
Oh.
We've had some beauties. What we've got, Oliver Boswell. Hello, Oliver. He's a regular to the show.
Has he got a pet?
He's got a pet. But
yay!
Remember when Oliver, everything he talks about is related to toileting.
How did I know you were going to say
it's
that?
It's always toileting. Oliver,
please
what's
don't
going on
tell
in your
me
life?
he's got a dog down a loo or something.
He had a Rottweiler, and she always did a business in a bush. And if you looked at her, she would stop. I would, mate. I would stop if someone watched. If I was doing my business in a bush and I would probably stop.
Well, yeah.
It's like a toddler.
Nobody wants. Then you get the stage fright.
Then he said, he had two goldfish called Tom and Jerry, and we gave them to our grandparents to look after 5 years later, they were still there. They weren't the same goldfish, mate. I don't know how to break this to
Well,
you.
hang on.
They
Hang
replaced
on.
those goldfish.
You had a goldfish. Fred?
What?
Ted? Fred, was he?
Fred the goldfish.
And he
Unimaginative.
He was like a ruddy shark by the end
He used
of
to
it.
hang over the edge of the tank like that.
Oh.
That goldfish,
He
right?
went on.
That goldfish
and on.
lived in a castle and was best mates with a mermaid. He had a better life than me.
Oh, beautiful,
no.
beautiful life.
We've got another one. Mandy Rose. Rose.
Has Mandy got a pet?
She had.
Oh.
Way back when I was a teenager, I had a hamster called Debbie. Debbie died, or did she?
Debbie Hammy.
What, Debbie Hammy?
Debbie Hammy instead of Debbie Harry.
Debbie Hammy. Debbie does death, I think.
Do you think that's why she called it Debbie?
I don't know, ask her. And she said here, Debbie died, or did she? Because she put her in a cereal box, Gemma, and she buried her in the garden. Buried her in the garden.
You sounded very Yorkshire.
She buried her in garden. Buried her in garden. She swung her in garden. But then someone said to her, do you know, Mandy?
They sleep.
They hibernate.
Oh, Jesus.
How Mandy murdered a pet. She says, I will never sure whether she's dead or not when I buried her. I'm sure she is now. I think she is, Mandy. You buried her alive, darling.
Oh,
imagine that.
That's awful. Jesus.
I like the idea of just like, quiet. Pop him in there. They might come back as he might resurrect. We're going to have one more, and then I'm going to interject with the story I found.
Oh, very
We're going to
good.
interject. We're going to keep this
I love
rolling.
the way it's going. The flow.
Hot dogging.
Yeah.
Are you watching the feed? Everyone's
No, I'm not watching the
Oh,
feed.
you watching?
Hang on a minute, love.
Okay. Right, here we've got another one here. Mandy Weatherall.
Mandy!
Yeah. When I had Brenda,
Go on.
I was a responsible dog owner and went to dog training classes. I love the idea of a dog training class.
I do. And
This is your dog. This is it. Shit. Okay. All the best.
To be honest, that's a good owner.
Yeah, good,
Isn't it?
responsible
Training his dog.
Wait, I'll remain judgment there. When we started, so did a man with his dog, Willow. Now, Willow was a huge Great Dane, massive Scooby-Doo Dane.
Oh, yeah.
Willow. And when you're a dog training, you use treats. And every time they complete a command, you give them a treat. Now, Willow discovered if she sat, she got a treat. So she was constantly stood up, sitting down, stood up, sitting down, right?
What would that be asked to?
Yeah, because she kept giving her a treat,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then she went through about 2 bags of treats, right? When the treats took hold, she started farting, and the smell was unbelievable, right?
Oh.
And it basically didn't then translated. People were gagging.
Oh.
It was awful. It was in a church hall. Imagine that they got.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing like a canine faff.
I think sometimes I thought about getting a dog just to have some.
From a dog.
I thought about getting a dog just to have someone to blame it on. Do you know what I mean? I used to do it with the baby, and now I can't. But then the thing was, right, Willow, right, then needed a poo, right? But they didn't have a small poo, and someone passed around a poo bag, and the man went, that's not going to do the job. Pulled out a Tesco big carrier bag, and then someone with a tiny puppy walked past and said, bloody hell, that's 5p a shit, that.
That's brilliant.
Big bag for life. I can imagine a big bag for life just coming out like that with dog shit.
I've just got a few shout-outs.
Go on.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do another bit here.
Hang on a minute. Oh, please, can we do a shout-out first of all to Paul McGeady's dad, who watches every week with his mum.
Oh, yeah.
And it's his birthday.
Oh, good evening. What's his name?
Well, I don't know, Paul.
Come on, Paul.
Mr. McGeady?
They've just got into Bob. Mr. McGeady.
Can I just say, Paul, I always feel nervous about saying his name in case I get it wrong.
Mr. McGeady.
You know, when there's a muck, I always get nervous.
Mr. McGeady sounds like a magical children's character, doesn't it?
It's great. It's
a
great name.
They're getting really into Bob Ross, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that on his tweet. Yeah, I love Bob Ross. Hang on a minute.
One more, because I've got loads to get through tonight, Baba.
Just a minute, my dog. Just a minute.
Come on.
Oh, my dad swirled a bit of carrot in a bowl to convince me my goldfish was still alive.
Who put carrot in a bowl?
Paul's dad. Happy birthday, Paul's dad. Well done.
Paul, do you know what? I have to admit, mate, how do you fall for that?
What?
A bit of carrot.
Well, if you're little,
you just tapping on
I know we've said this story before, but seriously, Liv didn't even know her fish was dead for 6 months. She did not give a monkey's.
She was feeding water for 5 months.
No, she didn't feed it. We do all the bloody looking after. That's why she didn't know it was
When
dead.
you buy a pet for your kid, you're buying it for you. That's what happening there.
6 months it had been dead.
Right, here we go. I'm just going to interject. I've got some stories here to interject with.
Go on, then.
There has been a penguin found waddling in Broxtowe.
Yes.
Picked up by the police, right? And it's been waddling, well, quite close to us, that.
Yeah.
It's waddling through a village, been picked up by police officers on a routine patrol.
Picked up?
He was picked up on a routine patrol, Gemma. Well done. They spotted the penguin, which they've nicknamed Popo, and escaped from a farm enclosure and then managed to waddle up the road half a mile up the road. Police stuck their beak in. This is a reporter.
Oh, yeah.
This is a reporter writing this. He's
as many
loved that.
puns as possible.
Yeah, I bet when he got this story, he went, I'm going to use all my
come
penguin
on then, hit
puns.
me with your penguin puns, people.
Stuck their beak in and the penguin was returned to its owner. Right, so they picked, literally, this penguin was walking up the road. It sounds like he was drunk to me.
Oh.
Do you know, I wonder if he had to breathalyse it, the little penguin. Right, and he said, he might have, I wonder if he sort of like under the wing, he had a tenner just going, not saying a lot about this, mate. This is the thing, right? They said last year a pair of stolen penguins were rescued.
Why would you steal a penguin?
Well, this is the thing, rescued by officers in the same village, right? And they arrested a man on suspicion of burglary. I think he thought the penguin was probably a PlayStation. Imagine if he had it under his arm, whacked out on his face on crack. And imagine him trying to sell it down a pub. He just gets it out of his jacket. Hey, mate, do you want this? Do you want a penguin, mate? I've got a dolphin in a bucket in the van. Do you want this, mate? He's like an aquatic tiger king.
Exotic pets.
No, he's like an aquatic tiger king.
Do you think a penguin would be hard to keep?
Joe, exotic. I think you probably would. You would never be able to get a bath again. Just constantly in the bath.
But do they need water? They don't really do that.
You said it's like it's a house plant. How often do I water my penguin?
Yeah, I just,
How often do you water your penguin?
No.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to do another story from Scotty's
His dad's called Bill.
His dad's called Bill.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Here we got one more, another story here, and then we're going to go back to our question of the week.
Yes.
It's a story. Because I was talking about animals. The only animals I'm most afraid of, it's not sharks, it's not spiders or anything like that.
Well, you're quite afraid of
Quite afraid,
but carry on.
The idea of hell for me is being in a car in a safari park while monkeys take it apart.
Really? I didn't know this.
That's a proper Cujo moment for me.
That's something I want to do.
What? Well, have you seen the photo? Let me just show you the photo, people. That is at Knowsley Safari Park, right?
Let's have a look.
Look, there is.
Ah!
The owners left the car.
I was going to say.
But monkeys listen, armed with weapons now, right? So monkeys armed with weapons, including knives and a chainsaw. A chainsaw are said to be on the prowl. What's happened is people have spotted the animals. Take like the baboons, they're baboons, not monkeys, and they're wreaking havoc. Right? Some people have said that they've been nicking tools out of the workers' toolboxes. Other people have said people have been bringing weapons in, tooling up these monkeys. It's like Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes meets Scarface. I love that. What's she doing, mate, this afternoon? I thought I'd pop down Knowsley and drop off a chainsaw for the baboon. You're coming down. Gonna go drop off a couple of wrenches and a chainsaw.
A cake for the boobies.
A cake for the boobies? What do you mean? Like what? With a
like
wrench
in
in the
hospital,
middle?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like smuggle it in?
In prison, not hospital.
In prison?
It is hot in
Are
here.
you got on medication or something? What's going on? Right, what I love about it is like, because baboons, not only would they terrorise you, they've always got their asses out. So it's like they're constantly mooning you with a little pink arse.
Am I allowed to say I don't like baboons' arses?
I think you're perfectly allowed to say that. But you know when they said don't feed the ducks?
I don't say it to the face.
But this is one up from don't feed the ducks, isn't it? Don't arm the baboons. I mean, the mechanic this is funny.
They got signs up.
A mechanic in sales said, I had 2 customers this year who became victims of these baboons. And then he went on to, I don't know.
Damaged car?
He had to repair it. And then I bet he went, and I had 2 more baboons who tried to sell me a stolen Vauxhall. I mean, what I love is like people saying, it's great getting this close to nature. But then it's just vandalism. You're just having your car vandalised, right? And you can't do anything about it, right? I disagree. You wouldn't say that if a great white shark was trying to share your lilo, would you? It's just so wonderful being this close to nature.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's it.
I do quite want to go to one of those safari parks.
Well, what they've said is
they're quite en vogue.
En vogue,
aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the manufacturer Hyundai.
Oh yeah.
In 2012, let 40 monkeys loose on its new model.
What, to try it
to
out?
To test it for 10 hours.
Check it was baboon-proof.
And they said it comes with 3 years warranty, 65 miles to the gallon, totally baboon-proof. Imagine that, a baboon-proof car. How often are you going to need that facility?
Oh,
if the world ends and it's that sort of situation. But yeah, the strictly cursed people are saying that's why I'm never going to go on it. It's not because I'm famous. It's because I don't trust them. I trust me. I don't trust these dancers. They're only human.
Well, exactly.
We're going back to question of the week. Do you want to do another little jingly bum?
Have we got a baboon on there? Wait there. Hey.
There you go, baboons, right. Here we go, Gemma. Enough of that now, it's annoying.
Sorry.
And troubling. Here we got Holly.
Oh, no.
What?
This is a mum and dad.
No, there's another one.
Oh, God.
There's another one.
I can't wait for this
We've
one.
got, right,
go on.
Holly, this is our...
Keep your eye on the clock.
Yeah, I've got my eye on the clock. How did I just get down? I was stood, this is Holly Bennett. I was stood on top of the stairs and I could see the family dog playing with something between her paws and having a chew. Turns out the family dog had dug up the dead family cat's skull from the garden and was using it as a toy. And I'm never going to sleep again. Thank you, Holly. That is one of the most macabre, terrifying things I've ever seen. Now, this one is from Holly's mum and dad, Steve and Sarah Kimber. We've got a picture. Don't show it yet. It's there. While walking Meg, this is the dog, on the field and throwing the ball, one evening she came running back, not with the ball, but with something quite different. A 10-inch vibrating dildo. She looked very pleased with herself. Here she is, look.
That is hilarious.
Come on, Chico, go on, get it. Oh my God. Do you know what I'd love is if they did that?
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, that is a very... Do you know what? I mean, they say this, don't they? I'm just going to say to Sarah, you're saying this, but this is a very, very clever way of saying the dog found your dildo. I think that's what we're saying.
Scott, that is your brother's mother-in-law. Don't say that. No,
but it's the truth.
No, but what I'm going to say is that actually, in terms of sticks for dogs, it's a very safe stick because it's soft on the gums.
What do you want?
Well, I'd have kept it.
I think
I'd have been lobbing that around the park.
If you go down the park and start throwing a dildo about, I think you get arrested. I love the idea of that. Come on. He likes you.
You'd not lose it in the grass, would you? Look at that.
Interestingly, I read this fact about dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you now, because dogs, they can sniff diseases on you. And they're training dogs. They're training dogs at the moment to sniff coronavirus on people. Ooh. Now imagine that. You go down the park.
Like a drug dog.
Yeah, you go down the park and this dog comes up to you and goes, and the owner goes, oh, he likes you. Yeah. Best get that checked out, mate.
Yeah.
Best get that checked out. He likes you. Don't buy any Christmas presents.
That's it, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
COVID.
Do you know what? I Googled it. 1 year for a dog. What do you think it's equivalent to?
Well, it used to be 7, but have they cranked it up now?
Yeah, 30 years, mate.
No, it isn't.
1 year, 30 years.
No.
15 to 30 years, they've said. No, it is. I Googled it,
but
right?
some dogs live till they're 15, which makes them like 200.
Well, I was saying, next time you take a dog out for a walk and you've got a 3, go easy, because effectively, if it's 3 years and above, you're dragging around your nana on a leash.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? That age, do you know why they age quick? Because their metabolism's really fast. So their heart's beating really quick, right? So this is why you should pick up...
Poor doggies.
This is why you should always pick up their poo. Because if you were 90 and been made to go for a 3-mile walk every day...
I love dogs, but that's where it ends.
But if you were 90 and been made to go for a walk every day, you'd not be able to hold it in either. So pick it up. I mean, how do you feel? We haven't got any pets.
It's not so bad picking up, like... Well, it is, but...
What? I mean, we've picked up human poo.
A neat poo.
We picked up Sophie. You've held a poo in...
fine. But what about the ones that aren't neat? And I'm not going into details.
Sarah Gee's got a story.
Right, go on.
Sarah Gee. Hi, when I was walking a friend's dog in Sheffield, he decided to relieve himself all over the fruit and veg display at a greengrocer's. Can you imagine that? Just covering the bananas. And she said, during the same visit, we found that the courier disagreed with the same dog. I think you get the picture. We don't want the picture. She said, we can send you a picture? I don't want to see a picture, thank you. I think how is it you just don't like the idea of arses being dragged on furniture? Whether me or the dog.
I've got many friends. In fact, I visited a friend today with a dog. Beautiful dog, right?
Yeah.
I just can't get over if they've done a poo then there might be still a little globule of poo in the bum.
Pew, Martin Magoo.
And what if they go and sit on your sofa, and then the particles of poo go in your face?
There's a lot here, isn't there? Basically, what happens if the dog rubs its ass on your face? Is what you're saying.
Exactly. Or he licks his bumhole, then licks your face.
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, we have...
Oh, I just can't get past it.
I think I found the pet for you, Gemma.
What?
I found the pet for you. Here you go. I found the pet for you.
Self-cleaning dog.
No, here you go. This is the pet for you.
A dog that doesn't poo.
Right, here's the pet for Gemma.
Go on then.
Man raises 7 caterpillar children after finding them in Tesco broccoli.
Ah!
We
had one in the broccoli.
We had one in the broccoli.
We had one in
we
the
should
broccoli.
have kept it. That was a child. That was a child we got rid
It
of.
put me off though.
But here you go. Like,
I'm
man
gonna eat
raises
broccoli.
7 caterpillar children. This is you. This would suit you. This a
Don't
radio
they turn into butterflies?
Well, let me just read you this, right? A radio presenter in London has adopted 7 caterpillar children after finding the insects tucked away in his Tesco broccoli. Sam Darlaston discovered a small caterpillar hiding inside his favourite vegetable. I don't know why he has to tell us that. He was cooking dinner one evening. The Kiss FM presenter decided to keep it as a pet before his friend decided to buy him some fresh broccoli. However, when his friend returned, the next broccoli had 5 caterpillars in.
What?
This is a ridiculous. It's like a Matrix situation of breeding caterpillars.
Of that.
A third attempt at buying broccoli revealed a 7th caterpillar. What is going on? Which was transferred into a box in the living room. He's named the caterpillars Brock, Ollie, Cedric, Carlos, Croc, Janine and Slim Eric. And they've evolved into butterflies with 4 still cocooned. What a lovely story.
Do you know what? We did that butterfly thing, didn't we, for the kids?
Yeah.
And what is really awful is the butterflies only live for 4 days, don't they?
Yeah.
Found it
Let's bring some death into the room. Thank you, Gemma. Do you know what though? Was women who hatched some ducks from quail's eggs from Waitrose. She did that. That was genuinely, yeah. Honestly, they're the most middle class ducks ever. They moved out. They didn't like her property. Meanwhile, what I love about this is that he's bragging about this caterpillar thing. He said, "I've raised 7 caterpillars single-handedly, mate." Meanwhile, you've got single mums juggling 4 kids in a full-time job. 4 kids in a full-time job, but well done on your caterpillars, mate. Well done on the caterpillars, Sam.
Yeah.
Do you know, wait until you find out there's no caterpillars at all, and he was just really stoned. It's just broccoli. It's just broccoli, mate. There's never any caterpillars, right?
Oh, God.
Here's the thing, right? Those broccoli were grown in Spain, and it's a sad day when you realise that some caterpillars are better travelled than you are. What are you doing? What's the matter?
I could do something.
Stop! Are you on medication tonight? Focus on the show. I'm in the flow here.
I'm sorry, Doc.
Good God! What's wrong? You have to feel sorry, right? What I'm saying
I'm so sorry.
What I'm saying, right? He's got a passion for the environment and a talent for entertaining us, Sam, and he would like to put the two together and do wildlife presenting.
Ooh.
And what I say to that is, calm down, David Attenborough. Okay. You found some caterpillars on your veg. You put them in a Tupperware.
Yeah.
I don't think you're quite ready for a journey into the depths of the rainforest, mate. Gemma, let's go back to the quick question of the week before we ring my parents.
Okay, what else are we having today?
Someone said so funny. I hope that's related to me. It's probably you.
Your comments are like 20 minutes behind.
Are they?
Yeah, they're way old. That's like ancient comments.
That's like 1992 comments,
That's
mate.
like 20
so
minutes
20
ago.
minutes ago. That's so TikTok,
Yeah,
mate. That
so
comments.
like,
Here we go, Gemma. I've got one more here. Which one am I going to read now? Oh, I don't think we've done them all.
Oh no, yes.
We got to mention this cat, haven't we?
Yes, mention the cat.
What's this cat?
What the hell's this?
That's Mandy Rosa's scorpion called Sid Vicious.
Hang on a minute. Doesn't Mandy have a scorpion on her helmet or something? Or...
I'm so sorry. That made me laugh with the innuendo. If you've got a scorpion on your helmet, seek medical attention.
I'm sure I've seen something where
she's got. Do you know what? I love you, Mandy.
Is Mandy a rocker?
I love you, Mandy. But the idea of having a scorpion in my house where I sleep and do a poo scares me.
Oh,
it scares me. There's never a cute
I
scorpion,
watched
is
the
there?
programme on scorpions, and it's like all these things. They get a bad rep.
If it goes to sleep, Mandy, don't bury it in the garden.
No, don't.
There you go.
No.
It's just its pincers coming through. I'm still awake. This cat. Who's this cat? This cat is Adele.
She could call the scorpion, if she's calling all her pets after famous people like Debbie Hammy. That one could be called Sting.
Sting. Oh, I just think we need to do that. That was very, very good, Gemma. It's been worth you being so distant tonight.
I know, thanks a lot.
Adele Smith. Who's Adele Turner? I don't know who that
Isabel
is.
Turner? Famous?
Famous, I think it's...
Right. Are you
Right.
reading this?
She had a
Go on.
10-year-old cat
Let me
called
hold the cat
Sable
up.
from Australia. She had
No,
to...
they lived in Australia, bought Sable back from Melbourne.
Yeah.
The flight cost over £1,000 for this cat. 6 months of preparation to travel back to the UK.
Incredible.
Vaccines, an expensive rabies jab.
Yeah.
All of this. Then she finds out that she can't even fly with the damn cat because the cat costs more than her to fly. So she ends up going economy. He goes first class in the... Well, no, he has a special cage.
Special cage.
But
He
it's
sat there. I'll have white wine and some nibbles, please.
Yeah.
Sat there with all the other cats. Can we have some whiskers down there, please?
Cat's in business. Oh, poor old Adele's back in...
What they're watching? They're watching Cats and Dogs again.
back in coach.
Back in coach.
Yeah.
Do you know what? At what point on the flight did Adele think, why
can't
don't
even
I get a
go
cat
on
in
the same
England?
plane.
Why don't I get a cat in the UK? At what point?
No. Listen, he's worth it. She's worth it. Is it a girl?
Sable.
And so she flies back. It's a really turbulent flight. So she's not only super stressed about the fact that the cat's in this cage the whole time, but then she's super stressed that the cat's going to be terrified. She can't comfort the cat. Then when they get to England, she finally gets the call, the cat's arrived, he's safe.
Yeah.
But then 3 hours to get the cat through customs. So she's still stressed. Where's the cat? It's coming through customs. Then you think you're home dry. No, still in the cage. 2-hour drive then back home. Then he gets home. He don't know what stairs are. In Australia, they've never had any stairs, so he don't know what stairs are.
So he's like a Dalek. Just stays at the
He's
bottom.
like, oh, what the hell is this?
I love it if then he just... I mean, that cat better be the best cat in the world.
Snow, scared of snow.
Oh my
Never
God.
had snow in Australia.
It's like looking after a furry rain man.
She says,
It's
just
too
reassure
much.
the public, the shed Shodians, that he settled in. She's settled in.
She's settled in.
And she's the loveliest cat and worth
I love that.
it.
Well done, Adele.
You see, you love your pets.
Yeah, you
you
do.
love your pets.
Finally, I wish I'd loved my pets as a kid. And this is the last thing I'm going to say before we ring my parents. Because I'm going to a gig after this. Oh, great. Oh, God, a real gig I've got to do after this.
Sheesh.
I'm scared. I have a terrible track record as a kid.
You were
With pets.
bad,
Traumatised.
bad.
Our house was basically pet cemetery. Land, sea, air. It doesn't
Not
matter.
happening.
They all left me. Cat, allergic, tick. Rabbit, myxomatosis, myxomatosis, death.
I didn't know about the rabbit.
He got a droopy eye, red eye, dead within a week. Budgie released. Roy, my dad, was a menace.
I
and I
feel sorry about that though.
he let the budgie fly off.
The budgie's free.
No, but what he did was that's not. It's not like my dad said. It'll probably come back. It's not a carrier pigeon, Roy. Do you know what I mean? He was hanging out the washing. He left it open. He saw its chance. It had gone.
Of course it did.
And now my dad, if my dad was a prison officer, he'd be letting him out, going, "You're going to come back on Monday, lads. You're going to come back. I'll come back on. Right, good. They said they're going to come back Monday, and they'll be back Monday." Right. Basically, when that budgie left me, Tweety Pie. As a kid.
Did you call it
Tweety Pie. Imagine that, right? Probably Sylvester had eaten it. That's the ironic thing. Every time I heard I'd just look in the trees.
Traumatised.
Every time I'd see that gem, you just have a little boy going, Tweety, Tweety. I'd be walking around. My dad like, it's a budgie, it's a sparrow. That's not a budgie. It'll come back. 30 years later, he'll come back. Do you know what? This is why
This is why you're damaged, isn't
pets teach you about life, and that taught me a lesson that my dad is an idiot. Right? But the thing is, right, when he babysat Sophia, I was genuinely worried. Because I came back, and the first thing I did, I checked that cot, and I made sure
that's it.
she's still there. Imagine him just going,
God.
she's popped out. We'll be back in a bit. She'll be back.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Go on.
we're going to ring my parents.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
that's
At the end of
right.
the show.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, do you know what's wonderful? Is Paul McKeady said he used to put the carrot in his dad and he used to swirl it, the water,
no.
make it look like he was... But it always looked like he was caught in a vortex.
Bless
What other
him.
veg could be other animals? I don't know. You could. I mean, you'd have to go somewhere.
I
Carrot's
do
the only
think
way.
your microphone cover looks like a hamster.
This looks like a hammer. Come on. I do. That's my standard. No.
I'm not good with little furballs.
Week 23 and Scott's gone mental.
Don't hamsters-
Ring my parents while I'm doing
Sorry,
this.
don't hamsters pee on you all the time?
He's really sad. He's really tame. Look at him. Look
They
at
pee
him.
on you all the time.
Oh, come on. What's that? You're going mental, Scott. I know, it's week 23. Week 23. I only meant to do this for 2 shows. There we go. Come on.
Hello! Now don't do
I'm
this.
running sick.
Oh, you can't ring in sick, love.
How are you doing,
And
man?
you don't get any holiday.
How are you doing?
I'll put it on to you, Dad.
She's gone. She's gone.
Now, don't you turn the volume up. I'll put it up high.
I'll put it up high.
Right. Hello,
Hello. Hello, Roy. How are you doing?
It's all right. Your son's stroking a microphone cover.
I'm stroking a microphone cover. It looks like a little Russian hat.
I took you for it.
Yeah, that's it, Dad, innit? How are you doing? You're all right? Someone just said, are the monkeys becoming guerrilla fighters?
No,
Brilliant.
they didn't just say it. That was 20 minutes ago.
All right, go on. Are you all right then, Dad?
Yeah, we're champion here.
Are you still reminiscing about you letting my budgie out? I've not got over it.
Well, the thing is, I tried to paint a spanner, but it didn't work.
No, what you did, Dad, is you got a toilet roll, rolled it in glue, and covered it in hair. He's very still. Go on, stroke him. Stop whistling, Dad. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. Are you okay then? You had a good day?
Yes, thank you. We've had a smashing day, yeah.
Have you
nice weather here.
Have you enjoyed the show?
Yes, it's been very fine.
Very fine. It's been good. Oh, we've gone up to good.
Very fine. Oh, bless you.
Okay to good tonight, yeah?
Oh, okay to good. What?
Oh,
thank you. Have you got a song for us tonight, you two?
Well, we have got a song.
Yes.
Got a song? Yes. Oh, we have got a song.
Right.
Yes. And it ties in a little bit.
Yes.
With Ginger.
Ginger.
Oh, the cat.
Oh, the cat. The cat that you got me, which I was allergic to and ended up looking like the Elephant Man. Thank you for bringing that up.
So the song we're going to sing tonight is
Yes.
an Elvis song,
Yes.
Return to Sender.
Oh, classic.
We couldn't make it return to RSPCA because it's too long.
I love that link there. That was seamless.
Why is that return to sender?
Because you had to send the cat back.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
Oh,
I'll tell you what,
brilliant.
talk about opening up old wounds. Could you not find a song called "Bury the Rabbit in the Garden"?
Well, no.
Hoppity hop.
No, we couldn't.
Hoppity hop! This is unbelievable, you two. You're loving this pet cemetery. Let's hear it. We've got. Let's play the show out.
Mags!
Roy and
Can I
Mags.
just say Mags won that fish massive?
Right,
Go on then.
Oh, she didn't hear me.
Mum, before you start.
Gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his bag. Got early next morning. He brought my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender. Address unknown. No such number. No such door. We had a quarrel. That's fine. Alright, I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. So when I dropped it in the mailbox, I paid the special need. Right early next morning, it came right back to me. She wrote upon it, return to sender. Address unknown.
Getting good.
No such number. No such door. This time I'm gonna take it myself. I put it right in her hand. When it becomes back the very next day, then I'll understand the writing on it. Return to sender. Address unknown. No such person.
great
Wow,
seeing you. Are you still there, you two?
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis has left the building.
Right, that was really good, that voice.
Was, thank you very much. We were on about the fat fish before you started playing. That we had that big fat fish, Fred, didn't
Yeah,
we?
Max, do you remember that fish?
We should have called that fish Elvis because he looked like him towards the end. All bloated.
It was a cracking fish, though.
The cracking fish. I think he'd actually bought a cod, Dad.
He used to put it in his bath.
I think
Honest, he was massive,
I think it was a cod, not a goldfish. Mum and Dad,
Get a bath.
you two have been incredible. Say goodbye. We'll see you soon. See you next week. We love you.
We'll see you on holiday.
See you on holiday. Thank you. Goodbye. Love you. There we go. Oh, Roy and Mags, everybody. That was Roy and Mags, everyone. How wonderful is that? Roy and Mags. There they were. It's not updated on my screen.
It doesn't
so I can't
matter.
see
So
it.
it made me laugh. Julia said, word of the week was globule. It's a very nice
I
word.
love
isn't it?
globule.
Very
Globule.
nice.
What a lovely week. A lovely word of the week. Right. Are you putting the? There we go.
The music.
Fantastic. Can you look at the feed so we can see if it's where we are?
Oh right, yes.
Oh no, I just want to know because I need to know when we bob. When we bob. She'll be back.
Oh,
No, we can't do
I know
it.
you can't do it with the music.
Oh
you
well,
know.
play us out anyway on that or something.
What, you want the feed still up there?
Yeah, just play us out on that. Why not? We've had a little bit of a mix-up at the end. It doesn't matter. You play us out, Jen Bob. Why not? Let's have a bit of volume as well.
Right.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm doing it again. I'm starting again. 8:50.
Bloody hell.
Let's do it again.
I can't do it again.
No, go on. Thank you so. That's the end of the show, everyone.
Woo!
Thank you so much for joining us. We've had a wonderful time seeing you tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for listening. You've been incredible. If you did enjoy the show, drop us a donation down there. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. Just share it. We all love you. That's all we want. Just share the stream. Absolutely wonderful. So have a wonderful week. These masks are available. I think from
Are they
Internet.
though?
I don't know, but Rob needs to make
Why
some
do you
money.
keep saying it? It might not be available.
They might not be made up. They're wonderful, though, aren't they?
They are. They're wonderful.
We'll see you all soon. Have a fantastic week. Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shed Show.
What do I do?
You come down.
Have you turned me off?
No, have I?
You have, love. You...
I've pulled you out. Oh, no, you haven't. You're back.
No, but you turned me off. Woohoo! Well, I don't know what to do, really. Have you turned me off? Is it ended?
It's ended. I haven't ended the show. You're still on.
What?
I need to look. Just come down. Just say goodnight to everyone.
I have said good night.
I want to make sure it's not updated, so I don't know.
It's still going. Look, just end the goddamn show.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.